All right, what is up, YouTube? My name is Nico Calancini. Probably not too familiar with my face, but tonight I'm here with our color commentator, play-by-play.
Play-by-play.
This is Zach Ibrahim, correct? Ibrahim?
Yeah.
Right here. All right, so this is our next night's installment of Inner Blues, where we interview the Blues. So,
It's good, man.
15 to 25 seconds. Tell me your life story. Go. From birth.
Man, I was born in Simi Valley. I grew up to two parents that loved me very much. I had two siblings. I have an older brother who was into sports. I never played sports. Because of that, wanted to be around sports. Broadcasting was the way to do that. Apply for the job with the Blues and get that. It's going to help me do what I want to do. Also go to Indiana University. Eventually want to be a broadcaster. There you have it.
Sums up pretty much everything I was going to ask up until the Indiana University part.
Sure.
You want to be a broadcaster.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. So, sort of a multifaceted question here, but if you want to answer it in one go right ahead. Favorite sports moment of all time,
Wow.
or the moment or the biggest sports play that made you want to call live plays.
Wow.
It can be two separate occasions
Yeah.
or one. Just shoot from the hip.
My favorite sports moment ever. Gosh. So, my favorite athlete ever, the first guy I started to follow and was like, if he's on television, I need to watch every second that he's on the field, was Tom Brady. A lot of people hate that. A lot of people love it.
I hate it.
That's okay.
Absolutely hate it.
That's okay. I'm so used to that. So big Brady guy. And
Brady guy.
so best sports moment, really anytime I've been alive and seen him win a Super Bowl, that's just a fun moment to see him eventually get to most Super Bowl wins ever, pass it, now has 7. So I know you hate it, but that's probably what I'll go with. A moment where I was like, I would do anything to call that moment, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to get into broadcasting. I'm also a Clippers fan. A lot of people hate that too. 2015, first round of the playoffs, Game 7 against the defending champion Spurs. Chris Paul on a bad hamstring, layup at the buzzer. They win the series. Just that moment specifically. What's cool about being the announcer for the Blues is you're a local announcer. You're the voice of the team. I don't have to be necessarily impartial and, say, hey, the Riptide played great tonight. I don't necessarily need to mention that, but I can if I want to be impartial. But to be like the broadcaster for a team that hits a shot like that in the playoffs, I was like, wow, that'd be sick one day. My favorite sport's also basketball. I've learned to love baseball throughout this summer and just grow a lot of appreciation for it. But those are your 2 answers to your questions. Good questions.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. So, next one.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this one, but I think the fans want to hear your one single favorite moment with the Blues.
Wow. Favorite moment with the Blues. The walk-off on my birthday. That was Nico. Like,
I knew that's what you were going to say.
If you're me.
Deep left center.
If you're me, right? Like, the day has been perfect up until that point. Like, I go bowling. I love to go bowling.
Everyone loves to go bowling.
Yeah. So, like, that happens, right? I know I'm coming here. I obviously love going to work, so I don't dread it at all. I
feel the same way.
I look forward to seeing everybody. And so everything was going well that day. I knew what was going to take place after it, win or loss. I know what's going down.
Now, what did take place after it?
I remember everything.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
No, we all went downtown. It was really awesome. It was great.
Good old family-friendly fun.
Exactly.
It's what the Blues are all about.
Exactly. But sitting there, bottom of the 9th, they're down a run, and everyone jokingly in the press box, our coach got ejected that night, and he was just here. And
As he should.
And he's like,
he really rallied the boys, right?
He certainly did. And Bob's like, it's your birthday? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, happy birthday. It was just cool. And everyone in the press box is like, they're gonna hit this walk-off for you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then they did it, and I was kind of sitting there, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That actually just happened. And that's a moment that, like, this is just an internship, but it was definitely one of the coolest moments I've had. I've been broadcasting for 4 years. That was probably the coolest moment I've had on air, given everything that was going on throughout the day.
Right. Now, just for me, because I like to talk.
Yeah.
I like to hear myself talk. I like to talk about myself. Big Giants fan. Seen quite a few Buster Posey walk-offs or just big game hits.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a walk-off coming stronger than I saw that walk-off that night.
Yeah.
And I say that with all honesty in my heart.
You're like, this is happening.
I've called a couple Buster Posey walk-offs or just big game hits.
Yeah.
Just he's a clutch player.
Sure
one of
is.
the greatest of all time.
Yes, he is.
My personal favorite of all
Totally
time.
understand.
And that one, we had cleaned up Beer 2.
Yep.
If you're ever thirsty, come see me at Beer 2.
Always.
We'll get you hydrated. We had cleaned up early that night.
Yeah.
It was bottom of the ninth. We had a lot of time. And I just felt that in the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard the ball leave the bat, I knew that it was going to be a good night for Zach.
Yeah, it was. That definitely was a moment where I was like, whatever goes on the rest of the night, that happened, and I'm good. I'm good for the rest of the season, but they've continued to give us good moments, and I can't believe there's 4 more of these things. Are you kind of – I'm going to ask you a question now. Are you kind of like me where as the season winds down, you're kind of like, damn, I'm going to miss it?
Oh, absolutely. And I've been here before.
Exactly.
I think as we talked about in
Yeah.
my last interview.
Yeah.
It's always a shocker.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet. I'd say mostly bitter because the rest of the season has been so sweet.
Yes.
But then that leads me to my next question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
What is next for Zach in 2021 and 2022?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to IU, and I'm going to call football for Indiana. I was lucky enough to get a position on the football broadcast team, hopefully do basketball. Those are the 2 biggies.
Basketball in Indiana is bigger, right?
Yes, yes, it's religion there.
Yes.
Which I'm with.
Sort of like football in Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So for sure doing football, hopefully doing basketball, and any other miscellaneous things that they'll let me do in terms of being on air. But get through a good year of IU and try to just get better. That's what this is all about for me, is trying to get better every game. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. You'd think that as a broadcaster, you love the sound of your own voice. The fact that I have to listen back to all these things, like I eventually hate it.
Oh, yeah,
even if you had hours and hours of yourself, you'd probably be like, it's getting a big annoying.
I never went back and watched my own interview because I like to hear myself talk. I don't need to hear it play back, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, because then I realize, I need to shut my mouth.
So go through a good year of Indiana, do everything I can to get better, take advantage of every opportunity in front of a microphone. Also just enjoy myself. That's one thing that my family's really big on, is like, get better at what your craft, but don't sacrifice everything for it in terms of mental health, being able to go out with friends. That's something that's going to calm me down, take stress away. That'll take place this year as well.
I'm sure it will.
Then next summer, I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's always a matter of figuring out finding an internship, right? So I was lucky enough to get this one. We'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of unknowns, but I kind of love it. I kind of love not knowing what's coming next, other than what's coming in the fall and the classes I'm going to be taking, the fact that I'll be doing football. So I'm going to look back on this summer and reminisce as much as I can before I get back to work at school.
That's what I love to hear.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're content with where you're at right now.
I'm all right.
You're looking forward to where you're going.
I am.
And you're embracing the unknown. That's what I love to hear.
That's what we have to do.
I hope that everyone feels that way with their lives.
I do too.
All right.
Thanks, Nico.
All right. SLO Blues fans, YouTubers, this is Nico Calancini, Zach Ibrahim signing off of Inner Blues for I don't have my watch on.
What time
is it? Tuesday, July 27th.
Thank you, Nico.
There we go.
Way to fade